What's up? How is the Legion of Comic Collectors doing today? Well, welcome back to another episode of Journey into Legends, the show where I take a look at Batman Legends of the Dark Knight story by story. And today is Story 2, which takes place between issues 6 and 10 of Batman Legends of the Dark Knight, and that story is Gothic. It is written by Grant Morrison with art by Klaus Johnson. And it is, the second story, and the first four were all 5-parters, whether that was really necessary or not. But let's jump into it and look at a little bit of the art and talk about the story. Okay, so the story of Gothic basically revolves around these gangsters who are being hunted and killed by someone they thought they killed, named Mr. Whisper, a seemingly undead villain of the week type person. And we get a lot of these weird dream sequences that somehow connect Batman to this Whisper person and lead him on, another detective story to kind of figure out who Whisper is. You do get some cool stuff that you don't see a lot of, Batman being stuck in death traps. He is an escape artist. And I'm not 100% sure when this story is set. It's early enough that Robin isn't around. But, not at the beginning of his career. He's a little established. And for me, the art was just not quite good in this story. Although I do enjoy the villain of the week, Mr. Whisper, and seeing Batman interact with gangsters. I would have maybe preferred if they just stuck to Batman trying to figure out who this person is, as opposed to trying to connect it to Batman's past with these dreams. Alright, so we're done taking a quick look at Legends, and always remember, this show isn't for me to tell you the entire plot of the book, but to show you enough of it and give you a description to make you want to go out and buy it. So, Batman Gothic. I would probably give this 1.5 bat symbols out of 5. For me, the art just wasn't there. Not my cup of tea. The story had some good elements. I enjoy Mr. Whisper. I enjoy him going after the crime families and the crime families reaching out for help. Almost may have been a prototype or some of the inspiration for Batman Mask of the Phantasm. But the use of dream sequences is a huge no-no for me. It's a lazy way to move the plot, and we didn't really need to necessarily tie Batman to Mr. Whisper the villain. I would have enjoyed it more if it would have stayed on with the crime families and all of that, and maybe Batman just comes across in his detective work that this is the work of one person, and then, the story ends with the confrontation. But overall, not too horrible. There were some good things. There was some detective work. We did get to see Batman get out of a death trap, which is always a lot of fun. I enjoy that aspect of him. So a decent story, but I think out of the first 4 I mentioned that are all 5-parters, probably the weakest of the 4, with maybe the strongest being the 4th one coming up. But that's the good thing about Legends of the Dark Knight. If you don't like the art or the story, it's okay. The writer and the artist are leaving, and you're going to get brand new, very next story, which is part of why I just love this series so much. So that's all for today's episode. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy what I'm doing, and think about subscribing and hitting that bell so you don't miss any more DC content. And as always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you next time.